What has this wait been like for you?
Well, I mean, I'd rather be playing, I guess, in some regards, but, obviously we earn the days off. So I've taken the kids to school a few days and put them to bed a few days. So that's been nice. It's always just like anticipation, just builds day by day until you finally get to play.
And when you look at that Royals lineup, what do you see as the biggest challenge for you?
Just a lot of quality hitters, good team speed, good power, led by obviously a world champion, MVP type Hall of Famer in Salvador, along with one of the most dynamic talents in the game, Bobby Witt. They have some veteran guys with playoff experience and good, good savvy towards the bottom of their lineup and on their bench.
We'll stay there with Bruce Beck.
Gerrit, what does the opportunity mean to you to get the ball in Game 1 of the postseason for the Yankees?
Yeah, it's always a special. It's always a special feeling getting the ball anytime you take it in Game 1. And it's even more special here with this uniform. It feels good, knowing where we started this season and what we've had to do to get to this point. So I'm just very thankful.
I'll go to Brendan against the wall on your right, Gerrit.
Just what do you think of this team's chances to make a run here?
I love them.
Why?
It's a lot of good players, good togetherness. We've shown that we can play really good baseball, and I think we've been waiting for waiting for this series, looking forward to getting into the postseason. So,
second row on your left, Gerrit. Peter.
Hey, Gerrit. Just how would you describe this season for you, and how meaningful is it for you, I guess, to be taking the ball in this moment after everything you've been through? Yeah, I mean, it's a season of ups and downs, seasons of perseverance. I'm thankful that I was able to come through the injury all right and be in a good position, as good a position as I can be at this point, and feeling really good going into the most important games of the year. So, I feel really blessed in that regard, and I'm happy I'm in a position now to be able to contribute. It's taken a while.
Go to Brian in the first row.
Gerrit, what's it been like to watch Juan Soto for a full 162 here?
It's been just as much fun. I haven't had to pay for tickets. I get a front row seat. Nobody obstructs my view, and he just competes on every pitch, like the great players that have come before us, and like the great players that are in every game. I mean, it's just it's fun to watch.
Go to Gary right here.
Gerrit, going back to the injury in spring training, Aaron Boone recently said that there was some uncertainty when you went down. Just what was your level of concern at the time, and what was your level of certainty you'd get back to this point?
Would be hard to depends on what particular day you were talking about. The uncertainty there for a while. It would be hard to put like a rating on it, but it was the first time going through something. So, like anybody else, the first time you go through something, you got to figure out how you're going to navigate it. I feel, like I said, I just feel really thankful for the whole process. I kind of got a second bite of the apple, and I'm in a really good position right now. So, I'm just overall thankful for it.
Why do you think Pham has been a particularly tough out for you over the years?
He's a great fastball hitter.
What did you learn from just past matchups with him?
He's a great fastball hitter. It's like, he really is. He's just tough hitter. Covers all parts of the strike zone. Doesn't really take a pitch off. He was on the White Sox for a while, and they weren't very competitive. But yet there's Tommy Pham not taking a pitch off. Losing 9-0 in the 6th inning, and he just plays every pitch super hard. He's talented.
Aaron was in here calling Bobby Witt a complete player, but from a pitcher standpoint, technically, what makes him a challenge?
He just has just all the attributes. Like he's like a creative player, right? He's power, speed, defense, throwing arm. He covers all parts of the strike zone. Hits for average. Doesn't chase a whole lot. And it's like, what's there not to like?
Go to Jack, one row behind, and then Bob.
Gerrit, when you signed with the Yankees, you famously said pressure is a privilege. But from a team perspective, knowing that this is the one season you guys are guaranteed to have Soto, how much pressure is there on the Yankees to win it all?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that way. I've kind of just been enjoying it, especially while we have him, and he can't go anywhere right now. So we're just, just living in the moment in that regard.
Gerrit, could you talk about how your arsenal has diversified this year? I mean, your other pitches besides the fastball are as important to you and as effective as your fastball. Can you talk about the evolution of that?
Yeah, I'm just constantly in the pursuit of efficiency and trying to figure out, what's the best way to get the out. Whether it's changing speeds or throwing different breaks. Certain hitters have specific weaknesses, and depending on what I'm doing that day, if it makes sense to try to throw something that goes at that weakness, then that's certainly an option to try to collect an efficient out. But it's a lot of just constantly just adjusting, more so than it's any like concerted effort. It's just trying to take in the information that the game gives you, and like I said, stay curious and be as efficient as you can.
You've been fortunate enough to pitch in the playoffs a lot in your career. What's kind of different about that time of year? How much do you kind of enjoy and embrace that challenge?
Yeah, it's obviously different, but your objective is to hone in your routine and your process during the regular season, and then go out and execute it regardless of how different the situation is. Hopefully, if you've put yourself in that position plenty of times before. I mean, obviously I have experience, so that helps. But it's just like any baseball tournament that you get excited for as a 12-year-old. Like, it's like, okay, we get to go try to win something that's really important. It's obviously just higher stakes, higher leverage. Like every single pit, there's 3-0. You can't assume anybody's taken. I mean, in the middle of May, you might assume somebody's taking a 3-0 pitch. You don't necessarily assume that in these situations, regardless of the score. Momentum can change on any pitch. It's super exciting.
We'll stay there with Peter.
Gerrit, just what would winning the World Series mean to you?
I've been trying to do that for a long time. That'd be great. That'd be amazing. Yeah, we got a long way to go though, so don't bring me there. We got to take care of Saturday first.